People who've been in a coma, what did it feel like? I was 17 when I crashed my motorcycle. Woke up 3 weeks later in the ICU, but in my mind, I lived for 63 years. I got married to Grace, who had freckles and always smelled like vanilla. We had 2 kids, Ruby and Leo. I watched them take their first steps, helped with homework every night, walked Ruby down the aisle at her wedding. I became a carpenter, built our dream house with my own hands. We grew old together on the front porch, watching our grandkids play in the yard. The memories are so vivid it hurts. I remember Ruby's first word was Dada, and she said it while I was changing her diaper at 3 a.m. I cried right there in the nursery because I was so tired, but so happy. Leo was different, quieter, more thoughtful. He'd sit with me for hours while I worked on furniture, just watching and asking questions about everything. Grace and I had this routine where every Sunday morning she'd make pancakes and I'd read the paper out loud while she cooked. We'd argue about stupid stuff like whether to put chocolate chips in the batter or not. She always won. Those Sunday mornings felt like the most perfect thing in the world. I remember when Ruby turned 16 and brought home her first boyfriend. I pretended to clean my tools on the porch when he came to pick her up, just to intimidate him a little. Grace laughed at me through the window and mouthed, "Be nice." Later that night, Ruby hugged me and said, "Thanks for not being too scary, Dad." My heart melted. Leo struggled in high school. He got picked on for being quiet and I didn't know how to help him. One night he came home with a black eye and just broke down crying in my arms. I held him on the couch and told him about when I got bullied too. We talked until sunrise about how some people are just cruel, but that doesn't mean there's anything wrong with us. That conversation felt more real than anything I've ever experienced. When Grace's mom died, I watched my wife fall apart. She couldn't get out of bed for weeks. I took time off work to take care of everyone, made terrible dinners, forgot to pack Leo's lunch twice, but slowly, Grace came back to us. The first time I heard her laugh again, really laugh, was when Leo tried to make scrambled eggs and somehow set off the smoke alarm. She laughed so hard she cried, and I fell in love with her all over again. The hardest part was watching them age. Ruby's wedding day was beautiful, but heartbreaking because I knew she was starting her own life. Leo became a teacher and called me every week to tell me about his students. Grace's hair turned gray, then white, but she was still the most beautiful woman I'd ever seen. We'd sit on that porch every evening, her hand in mine, watching the sun set and just being grateful. I remember the exact moment I knew I was dying in that dream. Grace was 78, I was 80, and we were lying in bed one morning. She was sleeping next to me and I could feel my heart slowing down. Instead of being scared, I felt peaceful. I'd lived a full life. I'd been loved, and I'd loved back. I whispered thank you to no one in particular and closed my eyes. It felt completely real. I could taste Grace's coffee every morning, feel Leo's tiny hand in mine, hear Ruby's laugh. We had fights, made up, celebrated birthdays, dealt with my mom's cancer together. I lived through decades of Christmas mornings and quiet Sunday afternoons. I felt Grace's breath on my neck when she hugged me from behind while I cooked. I remember our screen door slamming. When doctors woke me up, I was devastated. Not relieved, devastated. My first words were, "Where's Grace?" The nurses thought I was confused. My real girlfriend, Nicole, was there, but she felt like a stranger. My actual life felt fake. It's been 2 years now, and I still miss them every day. Sometimes I catch myself looking for Ruby's drawings on the fridge, or listening for Leo calling Dad from upstairs. How do you grieve a family that never existed but felt more real than anything?